For confidentiality, our paranormal witness's identity will be kept private. She'll be known as Miss X throughout this episode. Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques went out of business due to the coronavirus pandemic shortly before Humboldt Paranormal conducted this investigation. Miss X, the owner of the store, was kind enough to allow Humboldt Paranormal to investigate her unit before her tenancy there expired. The store that took the place of this address after Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques moved out is known as the Epitome Gallery. This unit is located at 420 2nd Street in Eureka, California. Here is an interview of the lead investigator of Humboldt Paranormal, Ruben Boteo, and a summary of his experiences and observations of the paranormal investigation of Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques that took place in February of 2021.
Well, what happened?
I'm the lead investigator of Humboldt Paranormal, and we investigated the Buzzards Nest Antiques and Unique store in downtown Eureka.
And what did you observe?
We seemed to get to about 265 spirit box responses, which was a lot of responses. And we also got a lot of responses using the Flux 2 response device. The video footage appeared to have captured possible spirit orbs as well in this investigation.
Did you hear, smell, or feel anything that surprised you?
We did have a camera that was filming in a storage hallway that was said to have paranormal activity by our paranormal witness while we were investigating the front part of the store. And it sounded like unexplained tapping noises happening in there while we were investigating the front part of the store, which I thought was really interesting. What was also surprising is looking at the video footage after the fact, I could see that there was a lot of looked like spirit orb activity. We did not see any spirit orbs while we were doing the investigation, but after looking at the video footage, it looks like we might have caught a lot of spirit orb activity.
How is your experience different than what you expected?
I wasn't expecting so many responses. The spirits seemed very talkative, like they really wanted to talk. But yeah, way more responses than I thought we would actually get in this investigation.
What impacts the way you view the situation and experience?
So I am a Christian. You know, I hold my Bible, my little pocket Bible in my pocket when I go on investigations. So when I do ghost hunting, my Christian beliefs basically affect my view on the paranormal investigations and also possibly on what I'm possibly making contact with. I don't know if what's possibly communicating to us are human souls or if they're possibly demons pretending to be human souls. I know there is a Christian view that human souls don't really exist, or they only exist in heaven or hell, but not on our planet Earth. Hard to say what these might be.
What learning occurred for you in this experience?
Faraday bags and Faraday pouches seem to be a total waste of time in ghost hunting. I used a Faraday bag with my spirit box for the Samoa Mansion investigation in episode 1 for 90% of that investigation, but we got virtually no responses while the Faraday bag was on the ghost box. When I finally took the Faraday pouch off the ghost box in the end, I got about 30 responses. In this investigation, I completely did away with the Faraday bag, so it was just the ghost box sessions without the Faraday bag, and I counted up to 265 responses, so I do not plan on using a Faraday pouch ever again for ghost hunting.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Due to extenuating circumstances, the other two investigators of this investigation, Eliza and Zach Rouse, were not able to provide an interview for this episode. Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques is located in Eureka, California. Before Eureka was colonized by white settlers, it was inhabited by the indigenous people of the Wiyot tribe. From 1579 to 1849, during the time that European settlers explored what is now the Northern California coast, they kept missing the sighting of Humboldt Bay because of a combination of geographic features and weather conditions, which concealed its narrow entrance from view. Despite a well-documented sighting in 1806 of the bay by Russian explorers, the bay was not known definitively by Europeans until an overland exploration in 1849 provided a reliable accounting of it. The Humboldt Bay is the second largest bay in California, behind the San Francisco Bay. Due to this discovery, the settlement of Eureka was founded on May 13, 1850 by the Union and Mendocino Exploring Companies. After the initial California gold rush in the Sierra Nevada mountains, Humboldt Bay was settled with the purpose of providing an easier route to supply miners on the Trinity, Klamath, and Salmon rivers where gold had been discovered than the long overland route from Sacramento. The natural shipping channels near Humboldt Bay solidified Eureka as the primary city on the bay. Eureka derived its name from the Greek word meaning, "I have found it." The roots of the development of Eureka originated with the gold rush. Many of the initial immigrants mining for gold were also lumbermen. Many hopeful gold miners realized how difficult and infrequent it was to strike it rich searching for gold, so they turned to another resource on the bay, which was its seemingly endless redwood forests to be made into lumber. The timber industry started taking off just 4 years after Eureka's founding in 1854, and grew rapidly and exponentially. A bustling commercial district rose near the waterfront, reflecting the great prosperity experienced during this era. Old Town Eureka, the original downtown center of this busy city in the 19th century, has been restored and become a lively arts center. Old Town Eureka has been declared an historic district by the National Register of Historic Places. The district is made up of over 150 buildings, which represents much of Eureka's original 19th century core commercial center. The building where Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques is located was built in 1880 during this bustling time of timber industry prosperity. It was originally built for J. McLaughlin as a restaurant and saloon. It is said that a boxing school used to be above where Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques was, but then it became the Alpine Rooms, which was a brothel. In 1886, the building that Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques is located in was primarily listed as a saloon and secondarily as gambling rooms. In 1889, the building that Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques is located in was listed as a saloon. On top of Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques, which used to be the Alpine Hotel, now currently serves as apartment homes for residents. Alpine Hotel was a brothel and is listed as a Eureka Historic Landmark as the longest-running bordeo in Eureka, California. In 1925, an arch was cut through the brick wall separating the building where Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques was and the Highlead Saloon next door, where Eureka Books now is, connecting the two. During this time, the building where Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques was considered a part of the Highlead Saloon. This archway stayed there for 6 to 7 years before it was sealed in 1931 to 1932. The Highlead Saloon is now known as Eureka Books and was owned by Tom Slaughter in the early part of the 20th century. In the upper floor area of the same building was a second saloon called the Louvre Cafe, which was owned by Fred Carter. Tom Slaughter and Fred Carter were business partners, although it was said that they did not work well together and would frequently get into physical fights with each other over issues such as money. It is said that the building in which these two saloons were housed in was among the most violent places in Eureka back in the 1930s. The Highlead Saloon had frequent stabbings that took place there. The most risque burlesque show also took place in this building. A police officer sat down at the Highlead Saloon every night in order to prevent any fights from breaking out between the two owners. On June 3, 1933, Tom Slaughter and Fred Carter had an argument, it is said over money, and Tom Slaughter chased Fred Carter down the staircase leading to the rear alleyway entrance of the Louvre Cafe and shot and killed Fred Carter just as Fred reached this door exit. The original sign of the alleyway entrance to Fred Carter's Louvre Cafe still stands to this day. Tom Slaughter's lawyer managed to have him acquitted of all charges. Unfortunately, Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques was set to move out of this building in 1 week due to the coronavirus lockdowns putting it out of business. The clutter in the store is due to Miss X packing her belongings. Thankfully, Miss X allowed us to investigate her unit before her store moved out in a week.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, we're actually, I'm hoping I don't know how long you're willing to let it stay here, but
no, that's fine.
I was trying to get this interview done as soon as I could, so you don't have to, you can do whatever you got to do. There's a checklist I was hoping that we might be able to go through. Hopefully it won't take that long. I was hoping to kind of make like a general map of the area and like just look at different things like check the doors, see if they make any noises or if they're easy to open.
That's what we would do. We don't have to do this with us.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe check the windows.
I can tell you if it's really windy outside, one of these windows over here has a crack in the corner, and it's grating noise. Oh, it drives me crazy. I mean, on really windy days, by the time I went home, I was ready to go home. Just that noise. And there's some days it's just the noise of the door opening and closing. I just, other times it wouldn't bother me, you know.
So how many more locations?
Well, I really can't take you to the location where the worst thing I think happened, and that was back in the back hallway.
Oh, we're at a shared hallway or something?
Well, it used to be, because when I first started renting, another and then she passed, and then we sold it, and it was under the lease that way. And they sold it to the people that own it now. As soon as they took it over, I had access to the home. I used to go So if I was doing it late at night, I knew there'd be someone up there. Yeah. And I could park in the back. But I was down there when I worked there. But I stored stuff back there. So I know I had something on my hands.
So here we are at Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques store in Eureka, California. It is a place that has multiple reports of paranormal activity, and we were given the opportunity to investigate here for our second episode, which we thank you very much. Are you willing to give your current age?
Yeah,
Okay.
56.
What was your age at the time of this experience?
56.
56? So this year, or within the past year?
Today.
Today?
Today.
What was the time of the day of the experience?
Probably about 1 o'clock,
1 p.m.?
between 12 and 1 probably.
This is the exact location of the experience?
I was standing at the front door talking to someone outside, and felt something touch my behind, and turned around expecting to see someone, even though I was here by myself, and nothing was there.
So it felt like just a full-on physical hand touch?
Felt like a tap, pat, like a pat.
And it felt just as real as if somebody did it in the real physically?
Yeah,
Was it a hard pat or a light pat?
a light pat.
Can I ask a question? I'm just curious what the quality of the tap felt like. Was it aggressive? Was it passive? Was it how did it feel?
Yeah, passive.
Uh-huh.
Did it feel sexual in nature?
No,
Was it like an accidental pat, or was it like...
it could have been, yeah.
Okay, I think that's what we need on this first location. So your second experience of paranormal activity happened where this display cabinet is, and you said that it normally just has jewelry inside of it. Do you feel the fact that it had jewelry had something to do with why the spirits may have been somehow attracted to it?
Yeah, I think I sense it's women, and I think they liked the sparkly, blingy jewelry.
So you feel that there are women spirits, female spirits in this building?
Entities or, whatever you want to call it.
It was an object that flew off, you said horizontally in the air?
Yeah, and this happened more than once.
About how many times would you say?
3 that I can remember.
So something.
3 different times. It was always a purse. We always had purses up on top. The first time, this was probably 3 years ago maybe, I had I think it was a Saturday, I had probably 6, 8 customers in here. And everybody was kind of busy looking around, doing their thing. And all of a sudden, this purse comes flying off of the top of the cabinet and landed somewhere in here.
Was it done with great force, or did it?
I kind of felt like it was. Yeah.
Really? Like it wasn't
Not
just.
that I felt that it was aggressive or angry, but yeah, it was like someone really had to push it off.
So it wasn't like maybe somehow it fell and hit something and then like skidded that way or something? No, it wasn't like that?
No, because it was clear through here so people could get up close to the cases.
So this was cleared out for
Yeah,
people
well,
to come close to it?
here in front of the cases it was, and then here I had a cart and a table with like a half a mannequin on it that had a bunch of pins all over the top part of it. So it cleared that and landed over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so let me ask you, each of these 3 times, did it hit objects on the way to the floor, or was it fairly accurate in terms of its trajectory? And just land
I
where it
don't
needed to
remember
land?
ever hitting an object. I don't think so.
So you said each time it was a purse?
Yeah.
3 times. Did each one of those 3 purses, did they land in the exact same spot? Or
No, I
was it
don't
like a
think
different,
so.
they're just
No.
random different spot? Okay.
And they were different purses. They weren't the same purse.
Uh-huh.
So. And there were other times when I would come in after being closed for the night or over the weekend and find purses on the floor.
Were they the same style of purse, or were they like different styles of, like were they all older purses?
No, not necessarily. Some of them were Coach, newer purses,
Newer?
but nicer ones. One was kind of leather. I don't know, something from probably the 70s, kind of fringy.
Uh-huh. Any older purses? Were there any older ones that were, or maybe the age of
I
it?
do kind of remember that there was one maybe from like the 50s. And it was like a basket purse.
Uh-huh.
And it flew off. I don't think it flew as far. But yeah, I know some of the customers were kind of stunned.
Wow.
Like, what just happened?
So how many customers were in here when this happened?
Probably 6 to 8. It's
Six.
kind of a busy day.
Busy
Later
day.
in the day, and I'm pretty sure it was a Saturday. There was only one purse each time.
Were there more than one purse on here at the time? Interesting.
There's usually 2 to 3, maybe 4 once in a while.
So like, I don't know how you arrange the purses, like if there were like 3 purses, so maybe there was like one on the left, one in the middle, one on the right?
Up on top, we would have, something, because that dips down up there. So we'd have something to kind of, make the purse stand up taller. Usually there's one on this corner, one on that corner, one kind of in the middle, kind of back. Usually, and then every once in a while, there'd be an extra one up there, on one side or the other.
So like the purse that flew off, was it always like the purse in the middle, or always on
It
one?
was usually the purse at the corner over there. I do think the middle one come off one time.
And there was no like earthquake or anything at the time? Nothing that you knew of? Okay. So when the purses fell on the ground, was it loud or faint?
It wasn't, like super loud or anything, but it caught our attention.
Did everyone in the store think it was paranormal based?
I don't really know. I'm not sure.
When the purses flew off, where were you? Were you close by?
I was behind the counter.
So you were right there. Okay. So you were close by.
Yeah, and seems to me there was a customer like somewhere in this area, and one over there I remember, and I couldn't tell you where the rest of them were. Another time when it happened was someone had just walked out the door, and I was, I think, walking back from the door because I had said goodbye to him, and the purse come flying down.
So for any of these 3 times that the purse flew, were you actually facing it and saw it fly off, or were you looking somewhere else and just kind of?
I was headed back this way, but I wasn't looking at the first.
So it was maybe like your peripheral vision, or okay,
Yeah.
okay. So and each of the three incidents were done like noticed with your peripheral vision as opposed to your direct vision.
No, none were from direct vision, no.
So were all of them seen from your peripheral vision?
The one when I was standing here at the counter and I had all the customers, I didn't notice it until I heard the purse hit the ground.
So one out of the three, you weren't looking at all in that direction,
No.
but you heard it, and then the other two were done with your peripheral.
No, I think the other one I wasn't looking either. I heard it fall.
So all three was like that, basically.
Well, the one where I was walking away from the door towards the counter. I mean, it caught my eye that something was, coming down.
And when you saw it with your peripheral vision, you could see something literally flying out,
Yeah.
like something being thrown.
Like someone had batted it,
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like very abrupt.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we have what we need for this second location. Here we are at the front desk of Buzzards Nest Antiques and Unique Store, where a third paranormal experience has happened. Would you like to give your story of what happened here at the front desk?
I've had a couple things happen behind the counter. I've seen shadows, from side vision, it seems to me like someone's walking behind me, but I'm the only one in the store. I've gotten ready to leave, have my stuff ready, keys on the counter, purse on the counter, whatever, and coat on the back of the chair, and go to grab something, whether it's my keys or my coat, whatever, and all of a sudden it's not there, and I search, and I search, and I search, and I know it was just there a minute ago, and I'll look and walk all over the store, and walk in the back, and can't find it, and all of a sudden, turn around, there's my keys, like someone playing a joke, or hiding them from me, or I know the one time that I couldn't find my coat. My coat was on the back of that chair all day long, and I had never moved it. And I got ready to leave, and it was cold like it is now. I didn't want to go out without my coat. And I couldn't find it, couldn't find it, couldn't find it. I searched all over the place. I mean, there's only 2 or 3 places I put a coat when I come in. And went back there and looked around and stuff and come back out. Here it is on the chair. Now, it hadn't been there before. I know it wasn't there. I would have seen it.
And I'm sorry, nobody else was in the store at the time, or?
Not that I remember, no. No, I was getting ready to go.
Wow. So your jacket was, I'm sorry, it was on
the back of the chair.
the back of the chair, and then it disappeared. It was not,
It just wasn't there.
and then it was there again.
And then it was there again.
Was it when you saw it there again? Was it in the same manner as it was from the first time?
It was kind of, I had taken and draped it over the chair like you would normally. It was kind of just flopped over the chair.
So the second time you saw it, it looked different in the
Yeah.
way it was on the chair than the first time?
Yeah, and that was on a Saturday, I know, because I was kind of thankful I didn't have to come back for a couple of days.
Interesting. And you mentioned something about shadows, right? Like shadow people?
Yeah.
When you saw these shadow people, were they solid?
Uh-uh.
Were they transparent?
I couldn't say I got a really good look. I just kind of saw something out of the corner of my eye, like someone's behind me, but there shouldn't be anybody here, so I knew there shouldn't be anyone behind me.
When you saw the shadows, did they seem kind of human? Humanoid?
No, not necessarily.
Or were they just like blobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
They look kind of like a dark,
Like a mist almost?
I don't know if I call it a mist, just something that caught my eye that, seemed
What?
like something was moving behind me.
Okay, so like it didn't seem like in your peripheral vision like it was shaped like some kind of a living creature or living being?
No.
It was just like a odd...
Like a flash almost, like it's just
Interesting.
a real quick flash.
Okay. When you saw the shadows in your peripheral vision, were they white, black, or in color?
Dark.
Dark?
Darker. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, were they large or small or medium size?
No, I would say medium.
Okay, and there was no clothing, facial features.
Did the apparition disappear all at once, or did it gradually or simply move out of sight?
Just kind of moved out of sight.
What actions did it make? So you just
Just, pass by.
quickly?
No,
Or
not
like-
necessarily. I mean, it wasn't like speedy or anything.
So kind of like medium speed, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like someone kind of walking by, I guess.
Do you feel like you recognize the apparition?
No.
Can I ask just one question?
Absolutely.
Did it feel like what was the shadow that was passing you, that it had an intent, or did it just sort of feel like maybe it was just sort of a non-sentient
Yeah.
thing?
Just, he was, passing by.
Uh-huh.
I didn't feel like it was after me or here to hurt me or scare me or anything else. Just something I caught out of the corner of my eye.
And the lights were fully on during this time? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Do you feel like whatever those shadows might have been had something to do with your jacket disappearing and reappearing on the chair?
It didn't happen at the same time, so
Do you feel like they're connected in any way?
not necessarily.
Okay, I think we have what we need from this location.
I think I've heard some noises back there before. Especially, like I said, more towards the back. It wasn't an area that I really hung out too much late at night. It didn't scare me, it just was a little unsettling.
Did you say this is a closet area?
Well, we've always called it the storage area. I don't know what other businesses use it as. I don't know when the wall was put in.
Did you say there was an audible voice back here?
Not really a voice. I've heard noises or maybe like someone clearing their throat or a giggle maybe once in a while or, an odd noise. Didn't know what it was.
Approximately how many times do you think you've heard noises?
I don't know. Probably 5, 7 maybe. I, have spent a lot of evenings down here by myself.
So the audible noise, was it loud or faint?
Mostly faint.
Was it clear or muffled?
Muffled.
Did it sound male, female, or androgynous?
I would say at least once or twice I would have definitely probably said female. The other times I think I just assume it's female. I've always sensed that there's a female back here.
But like the sound itself, did it have like a female quality to it, or did it? Or was it?
I know the giggle did.
And then the rest of them, just you weren't able to tell whether it was like a male or female. And it did not seem like it was responding to something, maybe something that you said, or asking for a response. No. Did it seem close by or far away?
I think I was standing about where you're at the dresser, and the giggle seemed like it was farther back by the refrigerator, probably.
Oh, over there. Okay,
yeah.
So...
I kind of always sense that whatever is going on, it's more towards the refrigerator and back past the refrigerator. That whatever is hanging out past the refrigerator there, in that other little room.
Is there any further description of your experience that you want to mention in this location?
Not that I can think of, just that it seems, to me, it's not constant, but it's, I guess, more often than not, I feel like there's a heaviness back there.
I think we probably have what we need from this area.
So you can't even open it anymore.
I'm sure I can open it, but I think they've rigged it to where...
You wouldn't want an alarm going off.
Yeah, because they said they would do that when they first took over the building, but I don't think they ever did. Yeah, I went out this door. Wasn't that far. Because you go out, there's a little closet here, there used to be a table here, then you kind of jog over, you go down the hallway, and you go out the alley door, and then there's a stairway that goes up to the apartment above. So I was doing something, I had a plan, and I had heard banging up above me off and on all night. I knew the tenant wasn't home. So I thought, they were out of town. I thought, I don't quite know what's going on. All of a sudden, I heard the most evil laugh at the top of the stairs that would have went up to the apartment that I'd ever heard in my life. And whatever I was doing, I put it down. I walked in here. I locked this. I went and grabbed my keys. I went out the front door. I locked the front door. I walked all the way around the building. Got my car. Drove it around the front. Come in. Loaded my stuff in my car, and I went home. That was, you know, it really did freak me out. That was the only time I was really freaked out. I was out this door, and whatever it was, I know it come from the top of the stairs, because this used to be the back entrance to the brothel, and the brothel was upstairs. Well, it's been remodeled since then, so if you go up the stairs, you go to like a sunroom, you pass through it, and then you go onto a deck, and then you can go into the back door of the apartment. But there's a gate, so I couldn't go up there if I wanted to, you know, unless I wanted to climb it. So, you know, the tenant upstairs wasn't using this really, and the property manager didn't care, so I used it for storage and to come and go.
And the voice came from upstairs? It didn't come from like behind you?
Well, you go up the stairs, and then you turn, and you take a couple more stairs, and then you go into the sunroom. And the sunroom isn't that wide. You walk past it, you get onto like a deck, and then you go into the back door. And I only know that because I've been up there before. And I would say it was probably, because you can't see all the way up the stairs. It was probably farther up than what I could see if I was standing there looking up the stairs, but it wasn't at the top of the stairs. And it was a very evil, mean laugh, you know. And that was it. I was just done.
Did it sound like female or male?
Male.
So,
It was male.
maybe it was potentially one of the customers here in the brothel, or?
We had a tarot reader that used to come in, and I called her after that happened, and she come and saged less than a week later. She said she thought it was a person, a man, that had been raised here, that had lived here. His mother, she thought maybe worked here, and she died young, and he was raised by the other women. But he's from a different era than the rest of them. So, and I guess she felt that he was kind of disturbed. I was bugging him. And there was something about maybe an anniversary date or some significant date that was close coming up that he was distressed over. And then I was back there in his space disturbing him. But she felt that he was from a different era. He was earlier than the rest of them. And so he's frustrated and he's lonely. And he doesn't associate with him, is what she thought. That was the only time I've ever, experienced a man or anything, or really anybody in this area. Late at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's a little creepy back here. It's always cold. But, never really freaked me out until that night. And that was...
So that felt more negative than the others.
Very much so. And I think probably for a good couple of months, I did not go into this area at night except for to come and go. I would even, if I had to load my car, I used to take all my stuff to the door that went out to the alley, and I'd set it there, and then I'd kind of pull my car around in the alley and load up. I kind of quit doing that for a couple months, and I would actually take my stuff to the front door and drive my car around and load up that way.
If the anomaly was an audible voice, what did he say? So I guess it was just a laugh.
It was just this evil, sinister laugh.
I know it's kind of funny to ask you to imitate it, but like if you were to or compare it, like just like that,
Yeah.
pretty much. And it was clear, like
Very clear.
very clear, like as clear as if there was a live person.
Oh, yeah, no.
Wow.
That was probably the clearest thing I've ever heard in here. No, and the tenant would kind of check in with me, and he had contacted me like the day before that he was going to be out of town for the next week or whatever, and I knew there shouldn't be anyone else up there. And I'd heard banging off and on, most of the evening. But I wasn't going down far enough to look up those stairs to see what that was either. No way.
So was it loud or faint?
Oh no, it was loud.
Was it clear or muffled?
It was very clear.
Did it sound like an older man or a younger man, or like any age? Kid?
No, I'm not a kid. I guess I would think maybe middle-aged or older, I don't know. I don't know that it sounded threatening, but I definitely got the impression like it wanted me to go away.
Oh, okay. So like it was aware of you
Yeah,
specifically?
I kind of think so. I almost wondered later if that's what the banging was about, was maybe they're trying to get me to go away. But I had work to do.
Was it close by or far away?
I guess close by.
Like about approximately how many feet?
I'd say 8 to 10. I mean, it was definitely a good banging, like I would have assumed that someone was trying to pound something on a wall or pound on a wall, and it happened several times over the course of probably 2-3 hours before I heard the laugh.
Did it sound like somebody was hammering something maybe in the wall?
Either that or pounding on the wall.
Or just pounding on the wall, maybe out of anger? So the pounding was farther away, but the laugh was closer?
Like he come down the stairs. That didn't freak me out. I just kept on thinking, what's that noise? Because I know the tenant's not here.
So in a 2 to 3 hour period, there were about 5 to 7 pounds, and they were loud, you said?
Yeah. Either using a hammer trying to pound something, or they were pounding on the wall. One or the other is what I would think. And after the tenant returned, I did check with him to make sure that he didn't have a friend staying or whatever, and he did not.
I'm sorry, do you remember what date that you had this particular experience in? Approximately how long ago?
Probably 3 to 4 years ago.
And I'm sorry, and the time of day of this experience?
This was probably, I would say, somewhere between 11 and 1 in the morning.
11 p.m. to 1. Wow, that late. That freaky. Great. Is there any further description of this particular experience you want to give?
No.
Do you have any other locations?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot to go on.
Humboldt Paranormal managed to make contact with a tarot reader who provided her services for Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques, Reverend Kristen Bradfield, who also serves as an interfaith minister. Here, Humboldt Paranormal interviews Kristen regarding her own set of paranormal experiences that she experienced in the store.
So as you know that we did an investigation at Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques for Humboldt Paranormal for a paranormal investigation.
Yes.
And it is our understanding that you worked with in her store. I think you did some tarot card readings?
Tarot, yes.
Tarot?
And I don't work for her. She allowed me to use a portion of the space.
If I remember correctly, she said something about you would do tarot readings during like Halloween and events like that?
It was an occasional weekend thing. We tried to make it a weekly thing and didn't really have the market for it, not enough walk-through traffic. So it turned into a once-a-month thing. And then we stopped during when COVID first started showing up. We put that to rest for a while, and next thing I knew, she'd moved on.
So you've had some paranormal paranormal experiences in her store?
Oh yes.
Can you describe what happened?
There were things moving without a reason for them to move. There was a row of handbags on top of an old china cabinet that I was next to, and they kept falling over. At one point, one of them fell on the floor right in front of me. There were noises that could not be accounted for, and the store was riddled with moving cold spots and hot spots.
When you saw things moving, you actually looked directly at them and you saw them moving?
Generally, I'd hear a noise and then look in that direction until I saw what it was. And what was unique about that space was that things would make a little noise and then seem to wait for me to look over there and then do it again, rather than it being something that happened and then it took them days to come up with enough energy to do it again.
Interesting.
It was methodical almost. What was really unique about the place was the first time I was there, I sat right next to that was the day with the purses. I woke up in the middle of the night after going home, and I had vertigo like you couldn't imagine. I just trying to get from the bedside to the bathroom was a matter of grabbing one piece of furniture and pulling myself along, because it was very much like being in a drastically pitching ship. So I made a point in subsequent visits and when I was working in the store to not set up my table. I just, whatever it was in that space, walked home with me. So I would set up in a different spot and didn't have the same symptoms ever again. There was an odd occurrence when I was taking notes from someone where it felt like something was pulled the pen out of my hand. And I just laughed about it and said, oh, I dropped the pen. But it literally felt like something pulled the pen out of my hand. Did not want me writing it down.
And this was in Buzzards Nest store?
It was in Buzzards Nest. I used to have a sign-up sheet, so people could request contact later on or whatever. And when I was setting it up, just writing out the chart, name, address, phone number, and putting in a couple of lines and some numbers so people would know where to sign up. It was like, wait a minute. This is a target-rich environment. A lot of stuff happened here. And there's a lot of life and death stuff here.
A lot of colonial type activity.
Well, and, seafaring folk and things that have, there's a jewelry store up here on this side, and there's a female spirit that sort of walks around on the upstairs, and then there's a male spirit that walks around on the bottom, and it's the two of them are connected. It's like he was here and she drowned on a ship trying to come home. He keeps going to the window looking for the ship, and she's already there, soaking wet, tramping around in the store. So they're both there doing this.
Wow.
And they can't seem to
find each other. Wow.
But yeah, and I mean, that's the textures around here. I love to go shopping in Old Town just because
wow.
I get a whole other experience out of it. I may never buy anything, but oh my God, did you see what just walked around the corner?
And that's something that you sensed as a medium?
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Interestingly, according to the Old Town Haunted History Ghost Tours in Eureka, California, there is a story about a Captain Hans Henry Boone who used to live in the building that Kristen is referring to, located at 423 First Street in Eureka, California. One day in 1866, he was waiting for his wife, Mary Olson, to arrive by boat into the Humboldt Bay, but due to certain circumstances, she accidentally fell off the boat into the bay, to which Captain Boone tried to save her, but failed to do so, and she drowned in the bay. According to Kristen, she never heard this building's history before. She saw the spirits herself with her own abilities.
What learning occurred for you in this experience at Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques?
Probably that was the first time that I've had something physically affect me to the point where I wondered if I was having a stroke or something. It was memorable because I was sitting there and the purse is falling like this. So it's like, oh.
So did it?
Interesting.
Did it fall vertical or did it move horizontal?
It didn't just tip over and fall, because it didn't go down right next to the thing. It sort of moved like this.
Horizontal in the air?
It had a little bit of an arc to it. So something propelled it. It wasn't just a gravitational fall.
And her customers present at the time when this happened?
She was behind me at the counter. She was with a customer at the time. She didn't actually see it or hear it fall, but she said it had been happening for days. We came up with a different place for the handbags, and it stopped happening.
So when you moved the handbags to a different location, then it stopped happening?
Nothing else that I was aware of ever came off the top. But maybe it did. I don't know. I just didn't. Not when I was there.
Did you experience anything particularly in that little storage hallway to the side of the front desk?
Yeah, it's not a comfortable space. And it's a lot of it. I think is that it was being used as storage space, but originally it was a hallway and an entrance. There was a sense of energy coming through a place that was a wall that made no sense to me until Ellen told me there used to be a door there.
Oh, that's right. Between Buzzards Nest and the Eureka books?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was in the storage hallway?
Yeah. Well, there was there, and then there was the passageway hallway in the back where the stairs were. But that little bit that she used behind the register, that she used as a storage closet, that really wasn't a closet. And so if we have residual things happening over and over again, there's stuff in their way. And so of course you're going to get things moving around. And I don't think the objects are there by accident. I think we imbue our possessions with our life story. Something has sentimental value, so we keep it. Something belonged to my mother, so I treasure it. And then when I pass away, it ends up in an antique store. Well, what's in that object? Is it the person who made it, the person who sold it, the person who liked it, the person who lived with it, or the person who used it as a device to remember something else? All those things are in there. And then you put two of them next to each other that didn't like each other in life, and you get stuff happening. And they have nothing to do with the space. All the other stuff that we've imbued objects with.
So it could be theoretically that maybe it was just the antique store itself that brought in that.
Antique stores are chronically like this. That's what makes them so much fun.
I actually heard somewhere that said if you don't want your place to be haunted, your home, don't buy from a thrift store, because there's probably like a lot of
but you know that's may work for some people. But you got to realize every object here, this chair was made by somebody. Maybe the guy loading it on the truck twisted his back and hated it for twisting his back. Maybe that's in this chair. It's a brand new chair. And you don't know.
Okay. Wow, you gave a fascinating interview. I think that pretty much concludes my interview. Kind of show us in here. All right.
We're here at Buzzards Nest, 420 2nd Street in Eureka.
So it's February 25th, 2021, and I showed up at 9 o'clock p.m. today. I put some what are called EM pumps inside the building. I put 3 EM pumps in 3 of the hot spots that our witness mentioned. EM stands for electromagnetic. So the theory is that the EM pumps generate electromagnetic energy that the spirits feed off of, and it can increase the chances of them manifesting. So I put an EM pump near the glass, on top of the glass cabinet where the purses were pushed off by an unseen force. I also put a second EM pump in the storage area behind and to the side of the front desk. And then I put a third EM pump in the back where our witness heard the evil laugh coming from the stairway behind the building. So the hope is that it will increase the chances of us encountering a spirit. So I set those up at 9 o'clock p.m. and unfortunately Zach and Eliza had an emergency, so they had to show a little bit late. And I think they got here at 11?
Yeah, just shortly before 11.
So we're still on time, we're still making good time, and we're just kind of starting off on the investigation right now. Do you have anything to say?
What time is it right now, Eliza?
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30 and we're going to turn the lights off pretty
Lights
quickly
off.
here.
Yeah.
And one of our goals, I think, is to try to see if the spirits are willing to move these purses on top of this case for us, which was something that our witness had told us was an episode, that when there was a number of customers in here with her, a purse flew across the room from that case where you see it right now. So we're hoping that they will do this trick with us. Yeah, and we're going to do our best to just kind of really listen and see what we hear.
So we put 2 of Eliza's purses on top of the glass cabinet and 1 of purses on top of it. So this is how we set up the purses. And is there anything that you would like to mention, Eliza?
No, I'm excited to go lights out.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we will go ahead and get started. Thank you both. Toward the beginning of the investigation, Zach set up his own video camera in the storage hallway to the side of the front desk. In this scene, we are using a Flex 2 response device. This device is a binary sensor alarm that uses lights and sound. One light is colored green and the other light is colored red. If one side detects motion, it flashes a green light along with a high beeping sound,
and if the opposite side detects motion, it flashes a red light along with a low beeping sound. The spirit can decide what side of the device to move near to in order to answer green or red.
So we are going to try to communicate with the spirit using this binary device. Here we are in front of the glass case. So we're in front of the glass case with the purses up on top. And here is Eliza and Zach. And I am here as well. Okay?
We'd really appreciate it if you'd come over and turn on this green light for us. We're here to listen to you. We want to hear your story.
Perfect. Okay.
Notice how far everyone was from the Flex 2 response device when it first blinked green, and right after Zach asked whatever spirit might be present to blink it green.
Okay, so now that should be good to go.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 2 candles for the spirit, and we have some wine in the middle as an offering. Since this used to be a saloon, we assume that any spirits hanging out here probably like saloons and alcohol. Okay, so we're hoping, just going to test it again. So if there are any spirits in this building with us, can you please move to my left side of this device where it's beeping now? Can you touch the device on this side of the device to where it's making this noise to let us know that you're here?
The green light.
The green light.
If you're here, can you please... Oh.
Again, notice that there is no person near the Flex 2 response device as it blinks red. Interesting how Eliza and Ruben asked the spirit shortly before this to blink the green side, but it soon after blinked the red side instead. Is a spirit playing games with the investigators?
What happened?
It lit up the red light.
If there's anyone here with us, a spirit, can you move near this device to make it detect you? Preferably on the green side. However, you can move on any side, but preferably this side with the green light. Can you let your presence be known by moving where that green light is on that device? On this pyramid triangle device. Oh my God.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, there was no one near the Flex 2 response device as it blinked green.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It did it.
We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Here, Ruben is starting the S-Boxed Ghost Box and Recorder for live and real-time contact with spirits. The theory is that the spirits use the energy of the radio transmission signals to form words and sentences in order to speak to us in real time through the Ghost Box. A Ghost Box is a radio device specifically designed for paranormal investigation that rapidly switches through all the radio stations on whatever frequency the spirit box is set to in order to generate radio signals that the spirits can use to communicate with us in real time. Spirit messages from the Ghost Box, also known as electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs for short, are categorized into one of 3 classes, which are Class A, Class B, or Class C. Class A EVPs are very easy to understand, can be heard without headphones, and people can generally agree on its content. Class B EVPs needs headphones to distinguish the message content, and not everyone will agree on the message. Class C EVPs requires headphones, often needs amplification and filtering, and will rarely ever get heard by others. It is said that spirits require a good deal of energy to communicate to us, and they only have so much energy available. When they have lots of energy available, it is said that they can communicate giving Class A EVPs. During times when they have less energy, they might give out a Class B or Class C EVP instead. What's your name? Maybe. Paul? Is your name Paul? The Humboldt paranormal investigators make their way toward the back of the store. Is there a spirit back here? What's your name? Is there someone here? Can you say yes? Can you say yes? Is the spirit of Fred Potter here with us? Who died on June 3rd, 1933? How many of you are here?
Will you come talk with us?
Is the madame here of the Alpine Hotel?
Are there any children here?
Is anyone stuck here and can't move on?
I heard something. What was the evil laugh that I heard back here? Behind this door? Who was that evil laugh coming from? She said she heard
heard pounding on the second floor, and then she heard a laugh on the staircase. Who was that laugh coming from? What are your thoughts on the coronavirus happening in the world today? Is it a real virus? Do you know who the President of the United States is right now? Can you say that person's name? Who's our Vice President? Will the coronavirus go away, or will it stay in our world permanently? Is the spirit of Tom Slaughter here with us? Tom Slaughter. I ask you to come here to speak with us. Tom Slaughter, do you feel guilty for murdering Fred Carter? Fred Carter, are you here with us? Are you here with us, John, or Fred Carter? Are you angry at Tom Slaughter? Are you still angry at Tom Slaughter, Fred Carter? For what he did to you?
Will you tell us your story?
Are there more than 5 of you in this building?
I heard yes. I heard yes.
Are there more than 10 of you in this building with us? So between 5 and 10, does that mean 7? Does that mean 8? Does that mean 6? Does that mean there are 9 of you here with us? Yes. Thank you.
I heard yes.
Thank you very much. Do you all get along? happy to still be here?
Are you wanting to pass into heaven? Is there such a thing as a devil? Or no? Is there a Satan, a Lucifer? Does that exist? Or no? There's no. Or no? Is there such a thing as hell? Is hell a real place? Or no? Is heaven a real place or no?
Is there anything that we need to know about the afterlife that we don't know?
So, who was the spirit that made the evil laugh that scared and caused her to go home immediately?
Who made that laugh, that maniacal laugh?
Are you done talking to us? Or do you want to continue to talk?
Oh my God, did you hear that?
What did you say?
It said continue to talk, and it was a female voice.
Really?
Yes.
You heard that?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you for being willing to talk to us. We really appreciate you.
we enjoyed talking to you.
Of the 9 of you in here, how many are male? Of the 9 of you in here, how many are female? I couldn't hear that. How many of you are female?
Whoa!
Sing a song. Well,
Do you like singing?
are you able to hear our radio stations where you are?
godlike.
We'll give some longer answers. Are you able to do some longer answers?
Are there such things as angels? Are there such things as demons? Are you a demon? Are you in physical space? No. Are you a ball of energy? Are you with all those who have lived before us? We appreciate you so much. Thank you. We're going to move the radio. If you have more things to say, please follow us. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. That's just for me. Not for you.
Wow. My only fear is, and I'm saying this as a fear, that I'm not excited about interacting with demons.
Right.
And so if there are demons or evil spirits,
Right.
I don't necessarily want to court them.
Got it.
Does
Like
that make
asking
sense?
for them, or
Yeah. I feel like
no, I totally
Um,
understand what you're saying.
Because I do believe in that.
my guess is that these guys, right, the 9 of them, I mean, we'll have to do some research. The 9 of them, and I think I heard 6 of them were one gender and 3 were the other.
During this spirit box session?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
I think they're all people.
Uh-huh.
I don't get the sense that they're actual spirits,
Mhm.
besides deceased people. That's my thought, right?
I wasn't trying to summon a demon. I was just wanting to get their response to see what they had to say.
Because they probably have some kind of theory or, opinion about that.
Right. Like if they're not a demon, then hopefully they're gonna say no. Like I'm not a demon.
The persons are still there.
Yeah.
So that's the camera pointing in that direction for recording?
Yes.
Oh no, that's the light that I have. And then hopefully it can just kind of keep an eye on the room again.
Oh shoot, that's not a...
I'm just trying to.
Here, we are investigating the storage hallway to the rear and side of the front desk. This is a hallway where our witness claims that she strongly felt the presences of a spirit that was confused and sad. And we're trying the binary device here in the same storage area to see if we get any results.
And it's not resetting itself because it's just going nonstop.
Right.
So there's something here.
Possibly.
Can you, if there's something here, can you choose a side? Right now you're choosing both sides. Can you just choose a side? Thank you.
Oh my God, it chose a side. The green side. Can you move close to that device to sound it off?
It stopped. And
So like,
that's right next to
so
it.
like
Can you please choose the green side if you're female?
Notice how an orb did move straight to the green side of the Flux 2 response device immediately after Zach asked a spirit that if it was female to move to the green side of the device. Does that mean that the spirit is answering that yes, it is female? I wonder if it might be worth moving a little bit further back,
I think.
because she said that's where she sensed the spirit was near the fridge and the
It
very
doesn't
back
hurt.
area.
It doesn't hurt to try it. That was like a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It might have gotten tired, like you said. It was a lot of energy.
You mean like using all that energy and then
Yeah.
getting tired? Oh, I see.
Right, to respond to us.
Right. Right.
It takes a lot of...
Back.
Kind of like right here, maybe? Okay, so we were told by our witness that she sensed the spirit being closer near this fridge down here.
Hard to get in there.
Yeah. So this is the fridge, the refrigerator that our witness said she stated she sensed a spirit back here, and she also sensed it back in this closet area beyond the doorway. So we put the binary device in there. Are there any spirit people here with us? If so, can you touch that triangle-shaped device that I'm pointing at that's glowing blue? Can you get near it? Let us know that you're here.
We really like you and we want to get to know you a little better. Can you please touch that green side? We're really excited to hear from you. I know it takes a lot of energy.
Okay.
We're going to try to communicate with you using this spirit box. Okay.
I put a chair there
Oh,
for
that
you.
scared me.
I put a chair there for you in case you want it, Ruben.
Okay.
If you want to move. Hello. Said something.
Hello. Thanks for talking with us.
What is your name? Oh, I forgot to hit record. Hello? My name is Ruben. What is your name?
In the other room, you said there were 9 of you. I also heard that 6 of you were female. Is that correct?
The whole hallway. What's your name? Are you female or male?
I think a lot of them, they were going in order and giving us their names.
Are there any prostitutes here that worked in the Alpine Hotel back in the 1920s to 1930s?
Are you able to affect physical space?
Can you make one of the purses on the glass cabinet in the main room, can you make it fall off the cabinet for us? Can you push a purse off to the ground?
Can you tell us your full names?
Are you confused by this wall here? Is this wall supposed to be here, in your opinion? Is it in your way?
Whoa.
Wow. Is Fred Carter here with us? Fred Carter, who died on June 3rd, 1933, at the age of 55, who was shot and killed by Tom Slaughter.
He was young.
Do any of you have living children? What are the names of your living children?
What do you think of us? Whoa, I heard something else. Do you like us? Do you hate us? What are your thoughts of us doing this paranormal investigation, trying to make contact with you? The triangle device, please turn it green. Can you please do that for us? The triangle device glowing blue, that keeps blinking blue. Can you move next to it and turn it green?
Sounds like can't see.
Can you move near the motion alarm on the floor? Do you like our gadgets?
Somebody said yes.
How many spirit people are in this hallway down to the storage in the storage area? Over 10?
about?
Is it over 15? I could be wrong.
We're just trying to communicate with you with the little technology that we have. Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the Alpine Hotel up above us? That used to be there. Did you work at the High Lead Saloon? Did you work in the Louvre Cafe?
Yes, a female.
Wow. Louvre Cafe? You worked at the Louvre Cafe?
Could this possibly be the spirit of Fred Carter? Fred Carter was the owner of the Louvre Cafe. Could Fred Carter be pleading for help?
Do you believe in love? Is love a real thing? Was there a lot of violence in this building back in the 1920s to 1930s? What are your thoughts on?
Do you like her?
I heard yes. Yes? Yeah, I heard yes. I like her too. Thanks to her, we're able to conduct this paranormal investigation. Have you ever heard of Donald Trump?
Could this be giving a clue as to what happened between Fred Carter and Tom Slaughter? Perhaps Fred Carter paid Tom Slaughter whatever money he owed him, but Tom Slaughter was still not satisfied, and Fred Carter was unwilling or unable to pay him more, and perhaps that is why Tom Slaughter murdered Fred Carter?
What are your thoughts on the coronavirus, the COVID-19 virus that our world is experiencing right now?
Crazy.
It is.
It is crazy. Is it ever going to end? COVID-19 virus come from? Did it come from a natural source or from an unnatural source?
There's a theory in the scientific community that a bat infected with the COVID-19 virus infected another animal species, such as a pangolin, who in turn infected a human. Are the spirits saying that the COVID-19 virus originated from the natural source of a bat, transferred to a different intermediary animal species, who then infected a human?
Are there such things as extraterrestrials?
Scooby-Doo?
Something.
Oh, and they have some things to say about aliens. Are aliens watching us?
Oh, what happened? Went off.
Oh, it looks like the battery died.
The battery died?
Oh, darn. I guess so.
Here, we are conducting a spirit communication and ghost box session in the front part of the store where the glass cabinet is located that held purses which somehow flew off the cabinet all on their own on multiple occasions in front of Miss X and her customers during the day. Eliza placed a video camera in the storage hallway behind and to the side of the front desk while we were performing the ghost box session in the front part of the store in front of the glass cabinet. Here are the highlights from Eliza's video footage.
More evidence so that we can educate the public. If you can make the fan turn at all, the one by the door, you can make that turn at all.
you want to do a spirit box, or you want to do a little?
Yeah.
You want to just jump right into it?
Yeah, unless you guys have a different idea.
So it was reported to us by the tenant here that some of you spirits, or one of you spirits, pushed a purse off the top of this glass cabinet. We are wondering if you can repeat that for us right now. Can you push a purse, one of those 3 purses, off the glass cabinet in the same way you did before for and some of her customers? Can I sing like a Christian song that's been known to be like a powerful song as a Christian song?
Sure.
Okay. Jesus loves me, yes I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells us so. Ding, ding.
It says no.
What did? Oh, did it say what's up?
Yeah.
Do you not like that song?
It's red.
It did.
Oh yeah, it's red. If you don't,
Oh my God.
if you don't like that song, turn it red again.
Did the spirits not like the Jesus Loves Me song? The Flux 2 response device turned red.
Oh my God.
If you don't like that song, please turn it red again to show us that you really meant to say you don't like that song.
How does it start again, Ruben?
I'm sorry?
How does the song start again?
Shall we sing it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it again.
We don't mean to antagonize you, but we want to hear your response to it.
It's supposedly
As soon as you respond, we'll stop though.
It's a very powerful Christian song. Jesus loves me, yes I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Ding, ding.
Did you already tell us? You already told us you didn't like the song. You don't need to tell us again.
Do you know the song, when I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown. Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray.
It's a nice song. It is gorgeous.
Do you know that song? Do you know that song? Do you know that song?
I'm going to sing a song from a musical I did where I played Joseph, the father of Jesus.
Cool.
To fix a plow, to mend a chair, to build a home for all to see. These simple tasks for a simple man is surely not a mystery. With these two hands I toil each day. It is the only life I seek. Then why, oh why, should one such as I be chosen for this task by thee? But for the angel Gabriel, who whispered in my ear, I would have missed this glorious day. I would have fled in fear. Well, here it's come to pass, just as the angels had foretold. The Holy One, God's only Son, these unworthy arms now enfold. Not a mystery with these two hands. Not a mystery with these two hands. Do you like that song that Ruben just sang? If you do, hit green for us.
Not that they're so far away necessarily, like spiritually, their spirit is so far away, but their physicality, they're so far from physicality. Is that what you mean?
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
Maybe you could turn the volume down a little bit. Maybe you could turn the volume down a little bit.
Turn it down.
Yeah, like maybe not super loud, but
Right here.
yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Let's see.
Interesting how the opposite side of the Flux 2 response device from where Ruben was located signaled red, even though no one was near that side of the device. Ruben was located on the green side of the device.
Doesn't seem completely even. Those of you who are here with us in this room, we want to ask you to continue our conversation about aliens. Do aliens exist and are they near us? Are they smarter than we are? Are they able to control galaxies? Are aliens what we perceive as God? Do aliens control our lives to some degree?
Is our government hiding extraterrestrial technology from the public?
Do we as a species contain alien DNA?
Are we related biologically to extraterrestrials?
Did we as a species live on other planets before Earth? Are you extraterrestrial beings or are you humans from Earth?
Are you able to push one of these purses off this glass cabinet physically? Can you push the purse onto the floor? Can you do it right now? What would it take for you to push one of these purses off the top of this glass cabinet that I'm pointing at? Have you ever met God? What is God like?
Are there more than one God?
How many gods are there?
Interesting that there happens to be 14 gods in Greek myth. Is the spirit saying that the Greek god myths are true?
Do we live in a single universe or a multiverse? Are you aliens or are you people? Are you from another dimension or are you from our dimension? There's lots of yeses. Yeah. Did you like us singing earlier? Or no? What's your favorite song? What's your least favorite song?
Interestingly, there was a song titled Hey Reuben, Baseball 9 number 23, written in 1911 by Samuel Wowwig. Is the spirit referring to this song?
Do you like Frank Zappa? Do you like Frank Sinatra? Do you like Charlie Chaplin? Can you put one of these purses off this last cabinet onto the floor? Can you do it right now? Just throw one of these purses off that cabinet onto the floor. Just like we did for our customers. Because the purse flew horizontally off the glass cabinet onto the ground. Are you comfortable or are you afraid? Are you safe? Are you safe?
There was no visible spirit orb activity for a long period of time. When a spirit orb did finally show up again and glided toward the side of the camcorder where the flashlight was located, the flashlight turned immediately off. Did a spirit turn the flashlight off?
What would you like us to know about you?
You think it's still worth doing a session up in the attic or no? Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Sounds like the spirit may be saying that Gerald Ford was President of the United States while the spirit was alive. Could this spirit have died between the years of 1974 to 1977 while Gerald Ford was still president?
How many of you are with us right now? expecting. When will the big earthquake happen?
Is there such thing as time travel?
Are there time travelers living on Earth right now?
Will this planet ever experience an alien, extraterrestrial invasion?
Will we ever move to another planet? Will humans ever live on another planet?
Do you have a question for any of us? Do you believe in God?
Will we ever know the meaning of life?
What is your opinion of the lockdowns during this coronavirus?
Keep in mind that this investigation took place in February 2021, when the lockdowns from the coronavirus were at some of their most strict levels. Virtually all the stores were closed during this time, except for stores deemed essential, which is why Buzzards Nest Antiques and Uniques had to close and move out in a week. Stores did not start opening up again until a certain time after.
What year was the oldest of you born in? We're going to leave you here now. You're going to stay here. We're going to leave.
Any message you have for
Please, can you turn the binary device green? As a goodbye gesture. Can you please make the binary device go green one last time? Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Goodbye.
Wow,
Wow.
that sound.
Yeah. Wow, got a lot of footage to go through. It's all good. More the better.
I think so, and I think there's a lot going on,
Yeah, I do too.
and we don't know the exact nature of it.
No.
Nope.
What I think I want to get next for ghost hunting tools is a Boo Buddy bear.
Oh, right.
It's like
Yeah, you told me about that.
yeah, because they say spirits are drawn to like dolls and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and it's like a ghost hunting buddy. So it'll tell you if the temperature like goes
Oh,
down.
hey, isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
This light turned off.
the what?
This light was off.
Eliza just realized that the flashlight that she set to the side of her video camera in the storage hallway was off, even though she turned and left it on to provide illumination for her video camera filming the storage hallway.
It was off?
Yeah, do they turn off after a certain amount of time?
I don't know.
Because this light was here, and it's still really strong.
Oh wow.
But it was on, like this.
Uh-huh. Oh, and was it off originally, or?
No, it was on, and when I came back here, it was off, and this is off.
But that light was on though?
No, the light was off. It was on when we left,
Oh, I see.
I left the light on so that it would help show whatever this saw.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have no idea if it
And I
has
came back and it was off,
Oh, okay.
but it stayed on like the whole time we were in there doing the session, so it's really strange. And I'm just wondering if it was maybe one of the signs we were looking for. We're gonna have to review that footage and see like when, if it could pick up what we were saying on this and when it went off.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
'Cause it's not dead. I would see if the battery was dead, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Eliza found that the battery in the flashlight that turned off near her video camera still had a lot of power left. So, what could have turned her flashlight off?
You know what, hon? The flashlight, do the flashlights automatically go off after a certain amount of times?
I don't think so.
Because the flashlight over there next to your GoPro was off. And so I thought maybe the battery was dead, but I clicked it and it came right back on, really powerful.
Oh, maybe it did.
So
Maybe it timed
maybe-
out.
Well, maybe it was a sign that we were looking for. So maybe
It's
you need
possible.
to check your GoPro footage
Yeah.
to see like what, maybe if we could hear what we're saying when it goes off.
Good idea.
You guys were asking a lot of questions.
I know, sorry.
No, I mean,
I'm just
Good.
curious. Yeah, I'm just curious to see what answers we get. Like,